All right, everybody, here we are on the main menu. I'm going to go into Utilities. I'm going to go to View Print Patterns, and I'm going to start looking at the designs that I have available for this technique. I'm going to go to Pantographs. And as I'm looking through, now I remember that I can stroke on the screen and change how many I can see at one time. I also have a category that is called Holiday, which I also would go into to look for a Christmas design, if that's where I was going. So I'm looking through here at all these beautiful, beautiful designs. The digitizers make us look so awesome. Love it. If I choose this one, let's look at this one. We have butterflies. You could definitely have a quilt where you wanted to place butterflies in a block. That would work, wouldn't it? Let's go out again. So many designs, so many options. I'm just choosing a few every now and then so we can talk about them. Here we have a perfect daisy. You know what? Don't ignore the curl either, because the curl's pretty awesome. Oh, what about a leaf? Would a leaf be a great thing to hang on to? Absolutely. Let's keep looking. See where I'm going with this? Separate the horse. Close up the gap. You easily have a new horse motif for that special horse lover. I'm going to go up to Holiday. Here's one. Select. Isn't this one just perfect for our idea? We are going to split the design there and the other design there, and we will have two isolated snowflakes, and they're different. Wouldn't that be a great thing to add to a quilt? All right, so we know we're going to choose Snow Winds, and the catalog is Holidays. So let's back out now. Okay, here we are at Design Sew Quilt. The main menu, choosing that. I am starting new. There are some things in progress. We're going to replace them, we're going to erase them, and I'm going to reset the time. However, you need to know what you're erasing before you do that, correct? Let's choose a block pattern. Now, I'm actually going to use a pantograph, but I'm going to choose it as a block pattern so that I only get one repeat of the pantograph. You know, if you've been using Intelliquilter, that pantographs are designs that connect all the way across your quilt. So if you choose pantograph, it's going to ask me for my odd rows, my even rows, and so forth. If I ask for a block pattern, it will only give me one repeat of the pantograph, and that's going to be good for us. So block pattern, whoops, too fast, Sheridan. Select the pattern type or block you want to add. We want to add a block pattern. How do we want to define the block? I could be doing this off of my machine, and you certainly should do this sitting on the couch with your feet up, enjoying a nice cup of coffee. So go through looking at your pantographs and start exploring them in a way that you may not have thought of before. I'm going to enter the rectangle manually. I'm going to make my block 12, enter by 12, enter, continue. So that brings up a 12-inch square. That's fine. It'll give me good visibility for what I want to do. I'm going to say finished, and I'm going out into my pantographs. I'm going to go to my Holiday pantograph. You saw on another portion of this video where we explored different pantographs and had different thoughts and ideas of how we could use those after we separated a motif. But let's get down to the point here. I'm going to my Holidays. I know that I am looking for a snowflake. Remember that I can stroke on the screen and I can change my visibility. There we go. I'm looking for something that I can use for snowflakes. I see this one. I'm just going to explore a few more. Oh, there's a pretty one up there also. Let's look at this one first. Continue. This one is a little more complicated, isn't it? So this isn't a simple snowflake design, but my, that is pretty. I'll keep that in mind for another opportunity. But I'm going to say finished, and I don't want to do that one, so I'm going to delete the pattern. By touching it, it turns red. Continue. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yes, I am. Now I'm going to go to Add Pattern. I'm going to go to Block Pattern. Use the current block. It's red. It's active. And I'm going to choose this Panto. Continue. It comes in. It's a nice, clean, simple snowflake that I can enlarge or decrease the size, and it will be very, very versatile. So here I have the design. I want to split out the snowflakes. So I'm going to say finished. There isn't anything to do on this screen. On the Add Edit Pattern screen, I'm going to touch Split Pattern. I'm going to zoom in really, really close because this is important. I want to split the pattern. So I start following this down. And I go until I have it like so. Now this one I'm going to travel down and I'm going to put it right on that point. And let's travel and see where we need to split this. Where are you? Keep doing this until you get the separation. See if we can modify the pattern. Now it is split. Now we're going to say continue. Let's zoom out some so we can see what we've got here. Now I can't really tell how good my point is, but I do know that I can modify it if I need to. So some designs are easier to split, some take a little more work. I probably would avoid anything that has backtracking because it's a little more tedious to get in there, but if you want to do it and it matters to you, then you make the effort that it takes. So I'm going to say move is highlighted. I'm going to move this out. Now I want to finished. I want to say smooth pattern. This pattern is the one I want to smooth. The reason I went to smooth pattern is it's going to allow me to move my start and end points. So I'm going to get my start and my end and I'm going to move it over here. That's going to expose the point of the snowflake so I can see if I've done a good job there. It looks pretty good right now. Let's take a closer look. Ooh la la. There might be the tiniest heartbeat at this close inspection. You know, you can change your percentages also on your zoom, but I usually just leave it. It's, you know, that's just a personal preference. You do what works for you. So remember, I went to split, then I went to modify to separate it from the rest of the pantograph, and then I went to smooth because smooth allowed me to move my start and my ends. Now my start and my end, let's zoom out some, is right here now. So I'm going to say finished, finished, finished. Split. Split. If I want to go to smooth the pattern. So you have two snowflakes. And you can save these. Finished, finished, save quilt or pattern, save rename the quilt, save a pattern from the quilt, save a block from the quilt. We are going to save a pattern from the quilt. This one, continue, clear, and we could name this small snowflake. Enter, and you can put that in your block designs. Select. You could go back, save a pattern from the quilt, this one, continue, or perhaps you would like to name it Snowflake 2 and Snowflake 1 because we know that we have the ability to change the scale. That's easy peasy. Enter, and we're saving this in block patterns select. So there you go. You have saved 2 snowflakes, and this just gives you an idea of how you can look at pantographs to separate different motifs. Now you could very easily have a add edit block, add a block, standard block. Let's enter rectangle manually 5 inch by 5 inch, enter, continue. Let's zoom out. All right, so we have a 5 inch block up here, and we can move the block so we can see it better. Now I can say finished, and I have a block I'm going to go out and add a block design to. So there isn't anything else to do on the block right now, so I say finished. I'm going to go add edit a pattern, add a pattern, a block pattern, and I'm going to use the current block. It is red. I'm going out to my block catalog, block patterns. I'm going to, I could search snowflake, enter, and it shows me that I have several snowflakes in this catalog. I'm going to choose the small snowflake, continue, and it comes in exactly the way we would expect a block design to come in. We can touch rotate, we can spin it to make it more pleasing, we could change the height. Whatever you want to do with your design, it's up to you. Isn't that fun? So now you know what you can do with your pantographs. Go in, split out a design, save it, and away you go. Finished. I probably would have that float a little differently, wouldn't you? But anyway, that's about editing. So enjoy what you can do just sitting on the couch looking at your existing pantographs. And most of all, have fun. Thank you for viewing my video. I hope that you will consider joining and subscribing so that every time I release a video, you'll be notified, and have a wonderful day. And if we don't meet again before the holidays, be blessed. Bye-bye for now.